ladies and gentlemen, you're wondering, where's the next DIY? I've got it for you. I've got it for you. It's called saving a lot of moolah, a lot of cash. Yes, instead of having to reupholster your entire sofa, your lounge chair, your pillows or whatnot, we can actually redye it using simple products. And I will show you how to do that using something as simple as chalk paint. I will show you how to make a dye for your fabric so you can turn something that used to look like a little bit that looked like this, and that now looks a little more like this. So just to modernize all of your pillows and everything like that, let's get to work. And just to remind you, this is not a quickie. It's not a quickie, this one. It does take a few days, but let's be honest, we do have time. And yeah, so let's see what you will need. Back at you, Katya. What you will need is chalk paint, your paint can opener. In my case, I am using some charcoal paint and some cocoa bean paint that I will be mixing together. A large tub because I'm going to be painting a large piece of furniture, but you could also use some smaller jars. You're going to need some water to dilute it all. You're going to need some plastic to cover your space, mixing stick, sanding paper, and some paintbrushes. You're going to need a larger one specifically for fabric. You're going to need a wider one if you like, and a smaller one if you have a bit more detail. And that's what you're going to need. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do once you have your color, my color is this, it's kind of a charcoal with a tiny bit of brown in it, is you're going to want to dilute it. So it's 2 parts, if you're using chalk paint, it is 2 parts water to 1 part chalk paint. So I'm going to go ahead, and because I know how much paint I actually use, I'm going to go ahead and pour some water in here. And with your mixer, you're going to go ahead and you're going to go ahead and mix it. Hence mixer. And we're mixing, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to want to mix it pretty well so that it really does dilute. Chalk paint is pretty, or clay paint, whichever one you're using, is well pigmented, so don't worry about it. And I'd rather do a coat than let it dry, sand, and do another coat, then do a thick coat, because then you might change the actual texture of your fabric, which you don't want to do. You don't want to have kind of a thick, grainy fabric, because this is kind of velvety smooth. Nice and mixed. Now it's nice and diluted because clay paint or chalk paint is thicker than regular paint normally. So just to make sure that everybody understands, we are creating a dye for our fabric on our furniture, not a paint. So the consistency should be liquidy, like so, and not like paint, because if you actually paint your fabric on your furniture, well, it'll be crackly and it will not be good, not at all. So you want the consistency to be like liquid, or actually liquid, not like liquid, we want it to be liquid. Step 2. Now you're gonna wanna either use a kind of a spray, or you could also just go ahead and with your paintbrush, you could go ahead and kind of just wet the section first. And here's the moment of truth where you apply the actual color. I like to go crisscross. So you make sure that you get every single hair. So we're going crisscross, crisscross. As you can see, I'm not actually covering the polka dots. That's how I want it. No, it is actually how I want it. And you keep going as such. You can also go ahead and use a larger brush, like so. Makes it a little bit quicker. Wouldn't you think so? Yes, larger brushes, larger coverage. Just don't forget to dampen your material first. Just a little tip that I learned the hard way. Again, see, I learned the hard way so that you don't have to, okay? You can also use a sponge if you'd like. If you want to get a little bit messier, you can also use gloves if you'd like. I just choose not to. I also wear earrings and put my hair up like I'm going to a ball for some reason. So, you know, you do it the way you want. Let it dry afterwards, and then we're going to go ahead and go to the next step. Don't worry if your underlying fabric is still showing at this point. Don't go crazy and start over dousing it with your paint color. Otherwise your fabric is gonna become all gritty and gross. Take your time. Okay, you've got the time right now, okay? Let's be honest. So take your time, you're just gonna have to wait for it to dry. Then we're gonna go ahead and sand it, and then you're gonna add another layer, and don't worry, your fabric will be covered. But do not go ahead and over douse it and go nuts. This is how people ruin DIYs. This is why I'm here, okay? It's tried and tested, okay? Don't over douse it. Your fabric might still show through at this process, okay? Cool, moving on. Tip number 1 is when you're doing sofas, armchairs, love seats, whatever you want to call it, anything that has nooks or crannies or cracks, you make sure that you tend to those first. So you open them up, dampen them with some water, add your tint to them. Mine's over here. For some reason, I didn't prepare right. Open them up wide. Do this part first because otherwise it's going to be difficult when you have all the dye everywhere, obviously. So just make sure you remind yourself of that. Every single nook and cranny you want to tend to first. Tip number 2, make sure that you dilute your product properly, whether you're using clay paint, whether you're using chalk paint, whether you're using actual ink paint. You want to dilute it properly. You do not want to add it on too thick on the first time. Otherwise, your fabric will become thick and icky and it won't feel like fabric anymore. It'll feel like you actually painted your fabric, which is not what you want it to feel like. You want it to feel like dyed fabric. Tip number 3, make sure that you actually sand in between. That's what's going to give it that lustrous feeling, and it won't make it feel, won't make it look blotchy or anything like that. Tip number 4. Tip number 4. Do you hear me in there? Tip number 4. Make sure that you have fun while you do it. Put some music on because it's a longer process. Don't rush it. Don't overdo it. Take your time, it's a few steps. And tip number 5, stay safe out there, in there. Stay safe in there, in your houses. And I love you all. And by the way, don't put earrings on and stuff, it's useless. And quarantine yourselves, and whatever choice you guys make for your kids or for whatnot, it's the right choice, I'm sure of it. Last step, folks, after you have dyed your furniture, your pillows, whatnot, and after you have sanded it again, dyed it again, gotten the color that you actually wanted, then you're exhausted. It's day 3, day 4, day 5. You sand it for the last time, like so. It's actually pretty hard. So we're gonna sand it. You're gonna wanna go in a circular motion and keep going until it's nice and smooth. See already this is smooth? And listen. That's hard. We're gonna sand it. This is gonna leave a lot of dust, so if you like, use your masks that a lot of us have. Get that texture back that you once had, if you listen to my directions. And then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna vacuum it because obviously the sanding will take off some of the dye. And then you can go ahead and enjoy. And so here I am, plopped down on my brand new soft and smooth armchair, redone by not new upholstery that costs me thousands of dollars. Oh no. A $36.99 can of chalk paint. Here for the chalk paint. You do this all yourself. You do not need to buy new furniture. You do not need to reupholster it for tons of dollars. If you just follow my tips, which I have shown you on this video, so rewind, play it back, whatever you need to do. But you can turn something that used to look old like this and make it look a little bit more monochromatic and a little bit more modern like this, and make it smooth just like it was before. So I am going to check out and relax on my brand new armchair that I now love, that I used to hate. Catch you, Lauren from LaurinKDesign. Catch you later on our next DIY. Cameraman, turn it off. Okay, I have no cameraman, but look at this thing. Looks nice, doesn't it?